Welcome back to another video, dudes and dudettes. Today we are watching the Dark Pictures Anthology House of Ashes review. So before we begin, if you'd like to subscribe for more reaction videos, commentary, anything like that, leave a subscribe. Down below are my socials. You can hit me on anything to send me what to react to, or leave it in the comments. I'm always paying attention, always. And I have a Fiverr down below if anyone wants to check that out. And let's get into this. It's funny, in my live stream somebody came by and was like, yo, or actually no, it's someone who ended up following me, said, yo, your headphones got some girth to them, what are those shits? I was like, yo, I know, bro, these headphones, even these things bother me sometimes. I gotta get some different headphones, but they're good headphones. They're the Razer Keo Pro, Keo, I think, something like that. Oh, Razer Kraken, I think. Wait, oh, the Keo Pro is the camera, not the camera. Yeah. Oh, I don't even have the audio. No.
Imagine yourself walking through a tunnel in the underground ruins of the ancient Sumerian Empire.
Jason!
The camera focuses tightly behind your back, adding to that sense of claustrophobia and dread as you clunkily move through the caverns.
I'm close, man. I'm coming.
Suddenly, you hear the distinctive screams of famed High School Musical diva Sharpay Evans from ahead. You know you're about to be met with a heart-pounding fight against some godforsaken terror. They'll be sure to test your quick-time event skills. This is what it's like to play every game in the Dark Pictures Anthology series, and its latest tale, House of Ashes, is no different. If you think Until Dawn was one of the strongest horror games to come out of the last generation of consoles and haven't minded the growing pains Supermassive Games has had to try to anthologize the series, House of Ashes is its best work since Until Dawn in 2015. However, if you've become bored with the formula or never liked it in the first place, this latest story probably won't change your mind.
Are you ready?
Are you?
Before he continues, yeah, that's what actually interests me about actually checking this out, was that they made Until Dawn. To me, Until Dawn wasn't really too, I don't know, like that formula that they follow. It wasn't too scary to me, but this one to me already looks infinitely more scary than the last one.
In some ways,
is the voice actor, or is Sharpay in the game as one of the voice actors, or is this just this like line, this like running joke they're trying to write to this review?
that's the rub of this entire review. Supermassive hasn't made any massive changes to how these games play or look outside of new difficulty options.
Doesn't this remind you of Old Times Rage?
The facial capture is still mostly great, though sometimes the characters' necks look like they're made out of liquid. Environments look stunning at times, while others will remind you that Supermassive is no longer working with a big budget from Sony. Movement is clunky, even though we now have full control over the camera during exploration, and the bulk of the gameplay comes down to making choices and performing different types of QTEs. It's a formula that Supermassive has used to varying success over the last 3 Dark Pictures games, but in the right circumstances, it still pays off.
They fell directly in the mouth. That's pretty impressive.
Without going into spoilers, House of Ashes is very much a step up in storytelling. Both Man of Medan and Little Hope tried to subvert expectations in ways that never felt in the spirit of Until Dawn, but House of Ashes swings the story pendulum back and ends with exciting prospects for an entirely new direction for the series.
Oh!
There are caveats, of course. There are...
It's literally Sharpay. She's one of the characters, or I don't know the actor. Is it? It's on the tip of my tongue. I really want to say Ashley Tisdale, but then someone's going to be like, that is not Ashley Tisdale. But no, low key, I feel like I liked Until Dawn's faces more, or the one where they were on that ship. And it's crazy. I paused the video at 111 and now I paused it at 222. I guess I'm in the flow right now.
Still instances of weirdly stilted dialogue.
Careful, Clarice. That's valuable research.
Yes, sirree.
And certain aspects of the plot don't really pay off in meaningful ways. Plus, the whole idea of a game set in the middle of the Iraq War, with Marines going into a secret compound to search for Saddam's biological weapons, can be off-putting knowing what we know about how that particular conflict turned out.
This place doesn't look much like a weapons silo to me.
There's also some potential for character arcs to feel either unearned or heavily cliched. You can probably guess what might happen when a young Marine and an Iraqi soldier are forced to work together. It can, of course, change depending on your choices, but it never feels like Supermassive is breaking new ground with its character work. If anything, the characters continue to be the weakest part of the Dark Pictures Anthology, though the participants in House of Ashes are a small step up from what we've seen in Man of Medan and Little Hope.
All good?
All good.
Let's do it.
What House of Ashes does do well is the same thing that made Until Dawn so special. Supermassive excels at building tension throughout its best moments, and it subtly uses the environment to help do that. For example, House of Ashes mostly takes...
Even though they did build up a lot of tension in their moments, still didn't find the like scary moments that popped out that scary. And this is coming from a dude who is really pussy about horror games, until I actually started playing horror games on my stream and started, you know, my viewers said I got the Chad medal now.
place in an underground ruin. Think of films like The Descent for a solid reference point. In both that movie and this game, the creators use tight camera shots as the characters are sneaking through tunnels to add an extra sense of claustrophobia, which greatly increases the scare factor. You never know what's going to be around that next bend, and Supermassive is superb at mixing in both jump scares and other ways to keep you on your toes.
You, Nick?
And for fans of the gory deaths that are seen so often in horror games, the new difficulty options make the QTEs even harder. You can, of course, turn things down to easy for a fun night with friends. On that note, it should be mentioned that co-op remains the best way to play these games. Whether in the same room via movie night or online, this is a fright that you'll want to share. If you want to take things up a notch and really see some blood and guts, the tougher difficulty options will more than oblige. On top of everything else good about House of Ashes, its central mystery marks a return to form for Supermassive. After two back-to-back middling endings with Man of Medan and Little Hope, this one finally nails it. That isn't to say it's groundbreaking or guaranteed to blow your socks off, but it's more in line with what many expected to see coming out of Until Dawn. Plus, the implications it has for the future of the franchise are beyond intriguing. If the team can deliver on what they've set up, we might be on the verge of the Dark Pictures Anthology becoming a force in horror games.
By your command.
In many respects, you know exactly what you're getting with the Dark Pictures Anthology House of Ashes. It's a QTE-filled horror fest that is often stretching against the limitations of its budget. The script could use some polish and the characters could be a little more outside the box. However, the claustrophobic scares work effectively, and the central mystery of House of Ashes signifies a return to what fans loved about Until Dawn. It gives us a tantalizing look at what could be coming in the future. For more, check out our reviews of Back 4 Blood and Metroid Dread, and for everything else, stick with IGN.
My critical role. Search results are obviously working. So what I have to say is, yeah, still to me, I'm just going to be a bit honest. What they did and everything was, you know, I feel like it would even be too highly of me to say it's genius with the motion capture, like, because it is ingenious. I don't have, you know, I always try to knock myself down so I don't absolutely get railed by fanboys and fangirls of series or hardcore gamers or even the people who are hardcore into the technology. I do not know how intense the, you know, like the face motion capture and the suits and the acting, how crazy all that work goes into it. It's fucking dope, trust me. And I definitely wish I was a part of some shit like that. I definitely have faith in myself that I would be a great addition to any team doing something mocap related in a game. But still, the final product looks weird as fuck. The faces have this weird uncanny clay shit, and I just cannot be any more honest about it. Like, in certain scenes it looks better than others. Then with certain lighting, the shadows hitting them looks fucking weird, and you can't ignore it. You can't ignore it. Like Until Dawn, I feel like had the almost like the best from what I'm seeing from these, and the ship one kind of had some off faces at times. I didn't see Little Hope, but like right here, I don't know. It looks weird. It looks like it looks like if they make more, if the robots that they make in real life, or like whatever you want to call them, if they it almost looks like this is like, oh, what was it? Trying to think. What was that robot they made in real life called? Was it Sophia? It looks like that. It looks like this is some like kind of like really wet like fucking, what's that fake meat in a can? Okay, I'm going off, but that's what it looks like. The faces are extremely wet in these scenes. It doesn't seem like light. It seems like they're, I mean, they are in the desert, so I mean they're sweating, but it looks a little bit weird, doesn't it? It's not look weird. I see Sharpay now, but it looks really, I don't know, it looks really weird. But it's impressive technology, don't get me wrong. Oh, impressive. But it's just weird to me. I'm sorry, it just really looks fucking weird. It looks really, really weird. Like, I would settle for a rendered out game, but I get it. You know, it's cool. I give more props to that because they're doing their own thing. Motion capture characters, all that shit. Doing, like, no game's really doing it like that right now. Especially, like, for horror games. And the horror game genre does need a lot more bangers. I do feel like some of these the ones that you can download for like free, like itchy.io and shit, they have some bangers. See, like right here in this scene, looks a little bit better, kind of a bit better. He looks, his looks really good. His looks really good. I give it credit, but he just looks fucking weird. Like, actually, give me a minute to actually check this out because I want to see who the Dark Pictures actors. I kept fucking. Oh, it is Ashley Tisdale. I was right. I need the black dude. Because I swear I've seen him as an actor, but I could be wrong. So he's not. Okay, I don't think this is the same guy. Don't know if this is him. Yeah, we're just gonna stay with that. Faces look weird in some scenes. See, like, he looks okay. That guy looks okay. But I can't shake this. Some of these characters just look really weird. Like, this looks okay, but it's still weird to me. I don't know. Hey, the monsters benefit from it. Like, you see what I'm saying right here? Like, even that whole scene of her, like, walking around with the torches now. Look at the eyes. Focus on the eyes. She's like, come on. But I really enjoyed Until Dawn, and I enjoyed the one where they're on the ship. I can't remember the name. I think he probably said it and I'm not picking it up. If it wasn't Little Hope, I guess it had to be the other one. But yeah. So anyways, that's my reaction for that. Dark Pictures, thanks for sending that through. And yeah, look. I don't know. I think Until Dawn was a little bit quirky too. All right, I'll leave it alone. I'm out.